What up, everybody? Welcome back.
Yo.
Another episode of the All or Nothing podcast.
Episode 14.
Episode 14. We're out here, man. Excited.
Facts.
We changed locations. We are at the new spot, trying to feel things out, see how we like it here. Because as you guys know, that we've been telling you, we're just trying to
get shit real feng shui and comfortable.
Yeah, trying to find out exactly what we want, what we like.
A spot where the creative juices could flow and whatnot.
Exactly. So we're testing options right now. But, man, episode 14, a lot to talk about.
Man, that's crazy. I'm glad that we're at episode 14, and I can't wait till we're saying, like, man, episode 28 or episode 55. Or
episode 130.
Real shit. Like, obviously, we're going to have to do something special for, like, episode 100 or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. With all our followers that we're going to, you know what I'm saying, that we're gradually getting. We're almost at 100 followers. 100 natural followers. We don't be posting our shit on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We do post like
advertising.
We don't really do a lot of advertising with our personal friends. So really it's like 100 subscribers is really coming from pushing stuff on YouTube and the platform. So,
yeah, reels and whatnot.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys though. So
yeah. Keep watching, tell your friends.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll see that episode 100 and episode 200 and all of that.
Yeah, I seen that Top G. I seen Top G and his brother Tristan were released. So yeah, Andrew Tate, his brother Tristan Tate, have been held in Romania for the past about 3 months or so, maybe 4 months now, on allegations of human trafficking, and they were officially released yesterday on house arrest for 1 month.
Yeah, and like I said, I read that they had some colleagues that was actually arrested with them, and they were actually released yesterday too.
Yeah, those two women, right?
Was it 2 women?
Yeah, I thought it was Andrew Tate, his brother, and 2 women colleagues.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah, so they were released, and I guess we'll find out what happens or what. I mean, after this 30 days of house arrest, what happens? Is there a trial or what?
Man, listen, I don't know how Romanian laws work, so I feel like if it was here, I would be able to tell like, okay, well, something's still, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Romania is different.
It really sounded to me like this whole thing was happening, and they were trying to, they were detaining them in hopes to create this case or find evidence, and I don't think they really have.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like a month of house arrest, and then maybe like, all right, well, that's that. And
hopefully it fizzles out,
Right.
But I'm hoping that Andrew Tate gets the help that he needs, because then we just hear that he found out that he had some sort of cancer while he was in there.
Yeah, see, and I was also going to mention that. I had heard that same thing as well, that he has some kind of cancer and he wasn't doing very well. And
man, listen,
so you really hope that's not true.
But you know what? The first video of him out of jail, he's like walking around in his house like smoking a cigar. So hopefully it's not some sort of lung cancer or some shit like that to where he's working backwards, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if it's just some, media and it's not true. Hopefully not.
Yeah, we need him out here dropping them dimes, dropping the gems, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
it's a lot of simps out here.
They took all his cars and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Like I said, once this fizzles out and everything, like if they had something on him, he would still be there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, hopefully he gets all this shit. I'm sure he will. He got money. He could get lawyers. I'm sure he'll get his shit back.
Right, and if they did something illegal, like he'll figure out a way to get more money out the deal.
Facts. Did we cover that 6ix9ine had got attacked? Right.
We had just covered 6ix9ine got attacked.
Okay, cool. So within this time from the last episode, they ID'd the attackers. At first they had thought it was this one guy, some gangster dude.
Fresh out of prison for 7 days.
Yeah. Some guy who had
It was not him.
Wasn't him. The guys who attacked him didn't have tattoos or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think DJ Academics, I seen this yesterday, actually admitted to giving the names of the guys to the police.
Who did?
DJ Academics.
Academics was the guy?
Yeah.
How did he find the names out?
Man, listen, I don't know. Academics has a lot of pull on the internet. Like, he has people, Facebook detectives, Google, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Google fucking sergeants that
what is with this guy? DJ Academics would do just that.
He has a following, and he said he delivered the names, whatever, blah, 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 which actually is not surprising. And the 3 guys that they got, they actually said that one of them is a high-ranking member of the Latin Kings, which, like I said, makes sense that he would be able to put together a drill like that in broad daylight. And which 6ix9ine is actually pretty lucky because it was only 3 guys. It probably could have been way more. Like, Florida is definitely a hub, I feel like, for Latin Kings for sure.
Right, just in general, right. get jumped by 10 dudes, it could be a different story.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that as far as, I've seen some other people, making comments like, could you imagine making a complete stranger's business like your problem and going out of your way to, harm a person that you have nothing to do with? How do you feel about that aspect of it or that stance?
Oh, shit. Like I said, me being somebody from Chicago, I mean, honestly, just being a 32-year-old man, like, I know situations like that. Obviously, the guy who attacked him, like I said, him being a high-ranking Latin King member, 6'9" is everything that he does not stand for. You know what I'm saying? So no, that doesn't surprise me, because if it was a regular guy on the street who was snitching or whatever, you know how they would handle him. So why do you think that it will be different just because 6ix9ine was a celebrity? He's out on a public street. He's mingling with the general population of the world, lower class, middle class, whoever's in that fucking gym. He's just taking what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of biased because I don't like him myself, and I was, kind of happy he got his ass whooped. And like I said, he's lucky that only that happened.
If you're abiding by the street code, if you're a street dude and you're always on social media seeing this dude who's a public rat and he's out here doing all this kind of stuff, it's almost kind of like that almost kind of makes it personal. Like you almost are a part of the situation if you would see him out. Like, okay, it's so public in my face that I am going to do something about it now, even though I'm technically not involved. But I would also say, kind of just from like a regular civilian standpoint, it's kind of like, I guess if that's the case, then, most people wouldn't make it their problem. And that's why for this long he has been fine out in public, because most people don't really care.
Right.
But I guess those people, and there are certain people out there that live by that are going to
they're going to press him.
Yeah, they're going to press him, whether they know him or not.
That's what I want to say. I just want to make that clear for anybody watching this, is that anybody who is not about the street life, who is really, and I mean really about that life. I don't mean hanging out, your friend is repping some gang and you're kind of throwing it up on some cool shit. Anybody who's not really doing drills, who ain't really carrying a gun, who ain't really went on no missions or nothing, you would never understand. If you're just an internet kind of, connoisseur or whatever, who's getting on World Star every day or checking out No Jumper videos and watching all of these different artists get into altercations and get killed and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that, it's so much different when it's in real life. You know what I'm saying? When you're waking up to that shit every day, when you're living that life. And if you ain't doing that, you would never be able to fully understand. I heard some good news.
What's that?
About my boy King Slime. Young Thug was actually allowed to attend his sister's funeral.
Yep.
Obviously chaperoned by a police escort or whatever, but shit, he was in Fulton County, which is smack dab in the middle of Atlanta. He got to go to his sister's funeral, so I'm sure there was probably hella people there who probably didn't even know his sister, but they kind of went to support him. I'm not sure how the setup was, if maybe they had to limit it because he was coming. But I would assume, anybody who actually has love for Thug probably went to the funeral just to be able to shake his hand or, get a glimpse of him. Like,
yeah, probably. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure it was super good for him to be able to see the rest of his family, for even if it was for a few hours. Like,
right.
Hopefully they got him some regular food or something on the way in or way out.
Right, some fresh air.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? You're out of, you're out of jail in just a different spot. You can just feel a little freedom for a minute.
It'll be cool if the people who actually took him out of there was like cool enough to actually let him smoke or something like that.
Enjoy himself a little bit, just for a little bit.
Real shit. I'm sure he probably had a good couple of hours.
Yeah, right. A funeral and just out of some real good humanity stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you agree with his situation or not, it's good, man. Is somebody passed away? It's just a good thing to do.
Facts.
Yeah, rest in peace to Thug's sister, and we're glad that he could get out and get to see his family and friends.
Unfortunate situation, but you got to try and think of the positive. He was able to get out, so
So
I didn't know much about this story until I seen the last headline or whatever, which read, missing 2-year-old found inside of alligator's mouth. So I'm just like, yo, what? That is a crazy headline. You know, obviously this took place in Florida.
And when I had heard that right away, I thought it was just on some like accident. Oh, a kid had stumbled out too
Right.
close to the water and an alligator got him. But it was much more than
I
that.
didn't even really know what to think. Like, I would assume that somehow the kid
Right,
was
found
playing
in his-
around.
But what really had happened?
From what I read in the story is that the kid's dad murdered his mom, who was found at the residence. They said that the kid's body had stab wounds to it when they took it out of the alligator's mouth, which the cop had to shoot and kill the alligator. You know, it's just an unfortunate situation in general. But yeah, I guess he thought that maybe that would be how he got rid of the evidence. You know,
Yeah, probably. It's just so sad, man.
super sad. It's crazy that the cop was able to make it there in time before the
Alligator ate the kid.
exactly like.
Yeah, sad. Well, man, rest in peace to, I guess, both of them, right? His mom, that little boy.
Yeah.
Man, hopefully that fucking guy goes, you know,
He gonna get what he deserves.
gets
in
what he
jail.
deserves, man.
Facts.
So, sad story, man. I'm sick of seeing all these crazy situations out here.
UFO sightings and just weird shit in the sky. The numbers is on the rise.
Bro, you know, as a kid, bro, I'm telling you, first of all, UFOs are my shit.
True.
Bro, as a kid, I remember when I was in like elementary school or whatever, old enough to be at like the library at school, bro, I would always check out the same book. I would recheck it out every week, which is basically just about all the Bigfoots and the UFOs and the Loch Ness Monster, bro. So I've always been fascinated by this type of shit my whole life.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer in aliens. So
Okay.
when I
He's a
see
sci-fi nigga.
when I see UFO type stuff, man, I'm thinking, you know, duh.
Yeah. It's funny how the government is really letting us in. I was talking to somebody. You think that if we were in harm's way, like space wise,
Yeah.
that the government would tell us?
At a certain point, they'd probably have to, but I think they would.
I mean, they never
would,
really have to though. Like, if we were literally gonna die, do you think that they would say something? Like, yo, we got 36 hours. I feel like no, because that would cause too much of a panic. You know what I'm saying? In the case that we would survive, everything would be fucked up. They wouldn't want that. I feel like they wouldn't tell us, and they would just let what happens happens. And if we're not here, who the fuck are we gonna blame?
Yeah, well, I mean,
and if
yeah,
we
that's
are
for sure.
here, you
That's
know,
fun. Yeah,
they
for
still
sure.
want to hold order and shit. So I don't know. But yeah, UFO sightings through the roof. We gotta show them the new Virgil Abloh Maybach.
It's so fire.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like the rims on it, but I do, and I didn't like the two-tone, like the color that they pick, which is kind of like a copper goldish type. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But now it's really setting in on me. Like, man, it is so sexy.
And super limited, right?
Yeah,
I don't know how many they made, but
like 3,000.
yeah, so about like 3,000 were made.
somewhere
And,
around there.
yeah, so.
But yeah, like I said, so Drake,
Yep.
Lil Baby, Alicia Keys.
That was the first person who I had actually seen too was Alicia Keys. It was like a birthday present from Swiss and her kids.
yeah.
And, I mean, talk about a fucking awesome birthday present, huh?
Bro, you know that Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats lives in the actual house that Tony Stark lived in Iron Man? Like that house that's in the side of the mountain you see in the
What?
movie? Yes, bro. The exact same house. That's the house, bro.
What?
In the house, you see the house in the movie where he has like all of his suits lined up against the wall and stuff. Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats, that's their house, bro.
What?
In real life. And now they got the Virgil Abloh Maybach.
They
Fuck!
they got a lot of money, right? Because I mean, they're already very successful, I guess, in their music careers, and then
Very.
I mean, as of recently, Switz and Timberland, I mean, just got paid
For the
versus
Versus
shit,
shit,
like
huh?
hundreds of millions of dollars.
And I feel like there's still they're still kind of
God.
connected with it in some way. They're getting some sort of residual from it.
Oh, absolutely. And then just think about your Alicia Keys, like music royalties. I mean, her music's everywhere, right?
And she's still doing shit for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was making tons of money. So, hey, yeah, shout out to all them.
Yeah.
The car is sick. We'll take one for the show.
R.I.P. Virgil.
R.I.P. Virgil. And we're going to need a couple of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're going to move along here. I
Yeah.
just seen on the internet that France is changing its laws and it's making influencers, they have to label, if you're putting a video or a pic with some sort of filter on it,
Yeah.
changing the appearance, you have to label it and let the public know that that pic or video has a filter on it.
Really?
Yes, and they're also making it so that the internet out there, nobody could advertise cosmetic surgery. Like they're really buckling down on their internet laws and whatnot because they said that it's they're trying to lessen the psychological effect, like.
Right, the mental health side.
Yeah, which is super dope if you ask me. I mean, obviously nobody wants to be limited like that, but it's super dope because shit, the internet and social media does have a super strong influence, whether you want to believe it or not. It has
absolutely
molded the culture. It has molded the world.
I mean, it applies to, I mean, a lot of people, but man, think of all the young women out there, the little girls that just grow up watching all these women that they idolize changing their bodies and adding, doing this.
Makeup and makeup tutorials and shit like that have already took over the internet.
That's got to be a very stressful thing to think that you always have to just uphold this certain look, and to the point where you're going to get plastic surgery and change the way you look, really, just so people think that you're like better looking.
I feel like it's to me personally, I feel like a very high percentage of people who have gotten plastic surgery turn out to look almost worse than they did before. And I don't care whether it's a body augmentation, a BBL, breast implants. I've just been seeing, well, I was thinking about this the other day, like back in the day, right? When I would watch, I don't know, whatever, Playboy or whatever was on TV that we could get on a legal cable box, you know, when I was younger or whatever. I don't remember titties looking so bad. You know, like, I'm sure chicks back then had boob jobs, but, like, even back then, I feel like even the scars were smaller.
Yeah, not
different.
as noticeable.
Yeah, now there's, like, a whole fucking line coming up from the bottom of the titty all the way to the nipple that's obviously, with these big-ass, fake-ass tits, the nipple's sitting up by her shoulder somewhere these days. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate to even, there's a star, I'm not even going to name her, but there's a celebrity, she's a celebrity's girlfriend, that's how she got famous, but she has breast implants, and I feel like her nipples are, one is like pointing in the north, and one is pointing southwest, and it's like, you paid money for that?
So France is like, hell no.
Real
France
shit.
is like, there's no way we want that. So, hey, you know what, I'm on board with it. Obviously, I don't live in France, but I would imagine, if I was a parent or if I was somebody who, you know, had like very moldable kids, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want them to see that either. So,
you know,
shout out France.
Shout out France. I heard that the U.S. is supposed to be putting like some sort of limit on TikTok for like children who are under the age of 18.
Yeah.
You could only be on there for X amount of hours with your parents' consent.
Kids are very, like I was saying, they're like
age,
sponges.
Yeah, at that age, like you said, sponge, soaking up everything.
Right.
It's very...
and that electronic shit, it's stimulating for them.
Very
you know?
influential, for sure.
So, yeah. So, shout out France, man. I love your croissants.
I would love to visit. Definitely
you
plan
know
on
what?
visiting. Hopefully, once we get this... All or Nothing podcast shit monetized and stuff like that, we'll be able to start doing more.
Yep. Everybody, make sure you like and subscribe.
Facts.
We couldn't do any of that without you guys, so make sure you get on board.
Hasbullah, you like him?
I mean, you know what? Like, I know who Hasbullah is. It's not. I'm not like a fan of Hasbullah. I'm not like anti. He's never.
I don't really know. I think he just got famous for being short.
I think I really don't know, but yeah, I know who he is, but...
Did you see the video with his interview with Mike Tyson where Mike Tyson's, like, picking him up and shit?
Mike was, like, kind of, like, kissing at his neck.
He's like,
like a little kid. And people were saying, like, I don't know if Mike Tyson knows that Hasbullah's a grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man, but yeah.
He thinks he's, like, a little baby, you know?
Like I said, I think he got famous because there was him and another guy that was like that, you know, a shorter guy, and they were like doing this like little boxing thing. He had like went famous for like a video of him like punching on a guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what he's been known for, is like just being kind of like small and feisty and shit, but he's been really blowing up. People have been really accepting him, especially on social media. I think he was running some sort of meme page or whatever, I don't know, but I know he did just sign a contract with the UFC, which is super weird because I don't know what he's going to do there. Probably just advertising or something. He's under fire right now and getting a lot of backlash because a video of him like allegedly abusing his cat hit the net. And I seen the video. It's like him. He's like You know, at first he was like holding a cat by his ear, you know, and
By
I'm not
his
sure.
ear?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Like the cat was just kind of sitting there, and he like had his hand on his ear. And he was obviously saying something to the cat, and you know, the cat was like kind of like shying away or whatever. So then, yeah, he kind of swatted the cat on his head like a couple of times, and obviously he was like yelling at it, and
So he's catching some heat, some backlash
yeah,
for this.
and he like put out a video, you know, of him like just petting the cat, you know, kind of being nice to it and shit or whatever. That was like his
That was his rebuttal. That
Exactly.
was showing people he's not a cat beater.
exactly. But yeah, so there's that. I don't know. I fuck with Hasbullah, like I said. He's like the size of a 4-year-old anyways, who would be pulling on a cat's ear and swatting at a cat anyways. So I think it's excusable, but like I said, don't tell Peter I said that.
Yeah, man. Episode 14 in the books.
Yeah.
15 coming to you next week.
Oh, bro.
We appreciate everybody so much. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share.
You did.
If you're already subscribed, hit that bell so you're notified every time that we do upload.
Definitely.
Comment. Let us know your thoughts.
I'm seeing more people sooner, man. I'm really liking it. I appreciate everybody who is tuning in and checking out a video every time it drops.
It's only up from here. Like we said, we got cool things coming, some giveaways coming once we get further down the line, and that's what it is, man. But yeah, episode 14 in the books. All or Nothing Podcast. We're out of here.
All or nothing.
Peace.
Biatch.